Katie Logan Spencer has finally tasted victory at Logan, but one celebration could turn into a dangerous turning point for Hope Logan Spencer. Because this is not just about a fashion show anymore, this is about loyalty, this is about feeling valued, and this is about whether Hope may finally be pushed to walk away from Forrester Creations. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for Wednesday, April 29 put Katie right in the center of the drama after the success of her big debut at Logan. She should be glowing, she should be proud, she should be enjoying every second of the moment she worked so hard to reach. But there is still one thing weighing on her heart: Brooke Logan Forrester's approval. Even after a successful debut, Katie cannot completely shake that need. She wants Brooke to see her. She wants Brooke to respect what she has built. She wants Brooke to understand that Logan is not just a small win or a passing moment, it matters. But Bill Spencer sees something Katie may not be ready to fully accept. He believes she does not need Brooke's approval to prove her worth. Bill has been trying to convince Katie that she already has people standing behind her, people who believe in her, people who are proud of her. And one of those people is Hope. Hope Logan Spencer is genuinely happy for her aunt. She sees what Katie has accomplished. She sees the strength it took to step out and make something happen away from Forrester Creations. But here's where it gets deeper. Hope is not just celebrating Katie, Hope is starting to understand Katie. Because Hope is now feeling some of that same pain herself. She is not feeling valued at Forrester Creations. She is not feeling secure. And once again, her fashion line is caught in another delay. That frustration is about to become a major part of the evening. Katie, Bill, Hope, and Liam Spencer will gather at the Spencer mansion for a celebratory dinner. On the surface, this should be a warm moment, a chance to smile, a chance to toast Logan's success. But D&B spoilers today suggest the mood may shift in a shocking way. Because once Katie starts looking beyond the success of her debut, one question becomes impossible to ignore. What comes next? Katie knows one collection is not enough. It was a big moment, yes. It grabbed attention. It proved Logan could make noise. But fashion does not survive on one moment alone. The press moves fast. Buzz fades quickly. And Katie understands that if Logan is going to keep growing, she needs something just as powerful to keep people watching. That is where Hope becomes so important. Hope has a name. Hope has experience. Hope for the future is well known. And Hope is already emotionally frustrated enough to listen if someone opens a new door. What happens next changes everything. Hope will likely bring up her own problems at Forrester Creations. And those problems are not small. Steffy Forrester. Finnegan has paused production on Hope for the Future again. Once again, Hope's line is stalled. Once again, Hope is told to wait. Once again, she has to watch another priority move ahead of her work. Steffy claims the pause is temporary because couture needs to come first now. But for Hope, that explanation may not be enough. Because temporary delays can still feel personal when they keep happening. Hope is irritated. Hope is unwanted. Hope is frustrated by the news. And at the Spencer mansion, surrounded by people who actually seem to care about what she is going through, those feelings may finally come pouring out. Bill, Liam, and Katie may all offer support. They may remind Hope that she deserves better than being pushed aside. They may validate what she is feeling. But Katie could take this further than comfort. She could turn Hope's frustration into an opportunity, and that is the moment this dinner could become much bigger than a celebration. Katie may deliver a stunning job offer. She may push Hope to leave Forrester behind and come to Logan. That one idea would change the entire energy of the night. Because this would not just be Katie encouraging Hope, this would be Katie seeing a future, a real future, a bigger future for Logan. Katie needs another significant name to help keep momentum alive after the debut. She needs someone who can generate buzz, someone who already has a connection to fashion, someone who can bring attention without Logan having to start from scratch. Hope fits that role perfectly. Hope for the future is already known. Hope's name already means something in the fashion world, and her frustration with Forrester makes the timing even more intense. But there is one major problem. Hope has a contract with Forrester Creations. That means walking away would not be simple. It would not just be an emotional decision. It could become a legal issue. It could become a business problem. And it could create even more tension between Forrester and Logan. But Bill Spencer is at that table, and if there is one thing Bill understands, it is how to fight when contracts, power, and pressure get involved. The spoilers suggest maybe Bill's legal team could make that issue go away. That detail matters, because if Bill believes there is a way around the contract, then Hope's frustration could suddenly become a real exit path. Not just a fantasy, not just a complaint, a possible move. And that's not even the biggest shock. Katie may not stop at offering Hope a place at Logan. She could sweeten the pot by suggesting Deke Sharp should become Hope's new lead designer. That would make the offer even harder to ignore, because this would not be Katie saying, "Come over and we will figure it out later." This would be Katie presenting Hope with a real direction, a new home, a new chance, a new designer, a new beginning away from Forrester Creations. For Hope, that could hit hard. Because Hope has spent so much time trying to keep hope for the future alive under a company that keeps stopping and starting her momentum. Now, Katie may be saying there is another way, a way where Hope is wanted, a way where her name matters, a way where her line could be part of Logan's next big chapter. And that makes this Wednesday episode feel dangerous in the best possible way. Because the main question is not whether Katie is proud of her debut, she is. The real question is whether Katie's success becomes the spark that pulls Hope away from Forrester Creations. That is the conflict sitting underneath this entire celebration. Katie wants Logan to survive beyond one collection. Hope wants to stop feeling pushed aside. Bill wants Katie to know she does not need Brooke's approval. Liam may support Hope as she deals with another frustrating setback. And all of those emotions are about to collide at one dinner table. The bold and the beautiful spoilers are making it clear that there will be a lot to talk about. But the heart of the drama is Hope's future. Not just hope for the future, Hope's actual future. Because if she stays at Forrester, she may have to keep accepting delays, excuses, and decisions she does not control. But if she moves to Logan, she could become part of something new, right when Katie needs another big name to keep the momentum going. That is what makes the job offer so powerful. It arrives at the exact moment Hope may be most willing to hear it. And once an offer like that is spoken out loud, it cannot easily be forgotten. Because even if Hope does not make a final decision immediately, the idea will be there, the door will be open. And Forrester Creations may suddenly have a bigger problem than another paused line. It may have a Logan woman ready to walk. Katie Logan Spencer's celebration could become the night Hope Logan Spencer seriously considers a future outside Forrester Creations. And that is why this story has so much emotional weight. Katie is not only looking back at her debut, she is looking ahead. She understands that Logan needs another huge moment if it wants to stay in the spotlight. She knows the fashion show gave her a boost, but now she has to protect that momentum. The press may be watching now, but Katie knows attention can disappear. So she needs a move that says Logan is not done. Bringing Hope into the fold would do exactly that. It would give Logan a recognizable name. It would create buzz. It would connect Katie's new success to Hope's existing fashion identity. And it would send a message without needing to shout. Logan is serious. Logan is growing. And Logan may be ready to compete. But for Hope, this is not just a business question. It is deeply personal. She has been dealing with the pain of feeling unwanted at Forrester Creations. Steffy's latest pause on hope for the future only makes that worse. Yes, Steffy says couture has to be the priority. Yes, she says the delay is temporary, but Hope still has to sit with the result. Her line is stopped again. Her plans are delayed again. Her value feels uncertain again. And when someone feels like that long enough, even a risky offer can start to sound like relief. That is why Katie's possible offer lands with so much force. It is not coming during a calm moment. It is coming during a moment when Hope is already hurt. And when Katie suggests that Hope could trade Forrester for Logan, the words may feel like more than a job offer. They may feel like recognition. They may feel like respect. They may feel like someone finally sees what Hope brings to the table. But here's where it gets complicated. Leaving Forrester is not just about Hope packing up and choosing a new office. There is a contract. That contract could stand in the way. It could make everything messy. It could keep Hope tied to the very company that keeps making her feel pushed aside. But Bill's presence changes the conversation. Bill is not just there as Katie's supporter. He may become part of the solution. The spoilers point to the possibility that Bill's legal team could help make the contract problem disappear. If that happens, Hope's choice becomes more real, more dangerous, and much harder to ignore, because once the legal wall starts to look weaker, the emotional wall may weaken too. Hope may begin to wonder what she is really holding on to at Forrester. Is she holding on to loyalty? Is she holding on to history? Or is she holding on to a place that no longer makes her feel valued? Those questions could become the quiet fire under this episode, and Katie may be the one who brings them to the surface. Katie's own journey makes her the perfect person to challenge Hope. She knows what it feels like to step away. She knows what it feels like to build something and still crave approval from someone else. She wants Brooke's approval, but Bill keeps telling her she does not need it. And maybe, in some way, Katie may be able to pass that lesson to Hope. Hope may not need Forrester's approval either. Hope may not need Steffy's permission to feel valuable. Hope may not need to wait around while her work is paused again and again. That does not mean the choice is easy. It does not mean the path is clear. But it does mean Hope may be closer than ever to imagining something different. And that is the emotional center of Wednesday's spoilers. Katie's success creates the opening. Hope's frustration creates the pressure. Bill's support creates the confidence. And Liam's presence may help Hope feel less alone as she processes what is happening. This dinner may begin with celebration, but it could end with a life-changing idea hanging in the air. Hope at Logan, Deke Sharp as her new lead designer, Bill's legal team handling the Forrester contract issue, Katie using Hope's name to keep Logan in the spotlight. Every part of that possibility points back to one central question. Is Hope finally ready to leave Forrester Creations behind? The answer may not come all at once, but the seed may be planted on Wednesday. And once that seed is planted, it could be very hard for Hope to go back to pretending everything is fine, because everything is not fine. Hope for the future is stalled again. Hope feels unwanted again. And now Logan may be offering her something Forrester is not giving her right now. Momentum, purpose, a chance to matter. That is why this episode could be such a major turning point, even if the story is still building. It is not about a sudden betrayal. It is not about a fake twist. It is about one woman seeing another woman's frustration and offering her a way out. Katie needs Hope. Hope may need Logan. And Bill may be ready to help clear the path. The real drama comes from how natural this move feels. Katie has a new company to grow. Hope has a stalled line. Logan needs buzz. Hope has a name. Steffy's decision has left Hope irritated. And the Spencer Mansion dinner brings all the right people into one room. That is how a celebration can turn into a crossroads. That is how one conversation can shift everything. And that is how Logan's future could become tied directly to Hope's next move. So now the pressure is on. Will Hope stay loyal to Forrester Creations, even after another delay? Will she seriously consider Katie's offer and imagine what hope for the future could become at Logan? Will Bill's legal team become the key to making the move possible? And if Hope does trade Forrester for Logan, what would that mean for everything Katie is trying to build? The bold and the beautiful spoilers for Wednesday, April 29 are setting up a dinner that may be remembered for much more than celebration. Because Katie's debut may have been the beginning, but Hope's possible move could be the real shock. Do you think this changes everything? Subscribe for daily, the bold and the beautiful spoilers and updates.